What's going on YouTube? It's your boy KOD, back in another school trip video. This is gonna be the last trip I do on this bike. The last video on this bike, on this channel. Because the reason is, if you don't know, I ordered a new bike. That's going to be here soon, so this bike I will no longer have this bike anymore. I hate this part. My fingers are freezing right now. It's 38 degrees Fahrenheit. My fingers are freezing. And you may be wondering, so today is, as I'm recording this, today is Saturday. We do have, so for college, sometimes you can get a class that's like on the weekend. So pretty much campus is going to be closed. But if you see on my screen right now, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says Saturday. But we'll have like a class on the weekend sometimes. So, you know, I've never done like a review video, like basically a review of how this bike is. Like, after 3,000 miles, last time I did a video I was at 3,500. I'm pretty sure I'm at 30, well, I don't think I'm at 3,600 yet, because I didn't really go nowhere after that. But so let's tell you what it's like after 3,000 miles. Oh yeah, by the way, gotta say this every video because not everybody watches all the videos, but this is the Aniioki AQ177 Eco version. It only goes to pedal assist 3. It has no Shimano shifter at all, and has a single speed chain, which is basically me saying it's a dude. I was like, is that car gonna stop or what? Because that car was just car was coming in hot. But yeah, so yeah, only goes to pedal assist 3, single speed chain, no Shimano shifter, which is covered under no Shimano shifter if you're saying single speed chain. But the other version that they had, the other 48 volt version, so as of right now, they're not selling that version on their website right now. tailhappytv is actually one of the people that reviewed that bike, and I think Mr. Central Driver reviewed it. I think he did the A8. I'm not too sure if he did the AQ177, but either way, the only 48 version of the AQ177 you can get is this version, and then you can get the 52 volt version if you want. But so after 3,000 miles, I gotta tell you, I've had no issues on this bike whatsoever. Like none. I've rode so like a school trip for me on the speed that I'm going is about 14 miles to get there, and then 14 miles back. It's really supposed to be 9 miles away, but that's only, I guess it's only by car. But I've had no issues at all. I do gotta say, dual motor will will help you get over hills more easier than a single motor, but you can't really pedal this bike for high speeds because there's no Shimano shifter on this version of the Aniioki. If there was a Shimano shifter, I could switch gears and I could like pedal up the hill like no problem. Because there is no Shimano shifter on this bike, I have a hard time pedaling uphill, so that's one of the downfalls of it. Another thing, I should say, I think I'm going the wrong way. Am I going the wrong way? I think I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. Dang it. Let's get across the street. I need to get across the street. Is there a crosswalk on this side? Yeah, let me cross over real quick. Oh, man. Man, well, that took forever. Man. Hey, man. This class starts at 9:35. And I woke up late. Dude, so another thing, the weight of this bike is like heavy. Like, it's not like, it's like 110 or like 108. I don't know how much this bike weighs exactly. I know the battery is like 30 pounds, and you have this big steel frame that's like another like 80 or 90 pounds. So I don't even know. But this bike is just heavy. And it's really a pain to like move around and stuff, because like, so I can get a flat and I have to lift the whole frame up to switch out the flat. But it's not too bad. Or actually,
sorry about that.
man, I never had to use my horn at people before like that, but but yeah, so the weight of this bike is pretty heavy. Can't really say, well, it is kind of it's a hassle to like having to move around if you live like upstairs or something, and then trying to move it upstairs is kind of like it's really heavy. Like, it's a really heavy bike, dude. Like, you're gonna struggle to like carry this up anywhere, just pushing it, pedaling it. Super heavy, but that's common. Most e-bikes are too heavy to pedal by themselves, or at least the good ones, the very good ones. I gotta say, another good thing about this bike, like for long range, like if you have range anxiety, then you don't have to worry about your range, like, ever. Like, you never have to worry about range. This bike is like, so if you're gonna get an Aniioki, just keep in mind, because I've already said this before, but Aniiokis are meant for range over speed, especially this version of the Aniioki. Like, this is just meant for speed. I mean, this is just meant for range, not speed. But this version only has a 58.8 amp hour battery versus the 60 amp hour batteries you normally get on the Aniioki. But it's not a huge, it's not like a, you still get a good amount of range. It's still the same amount of range, dude. It's still close to 60 amp hours. So it's all right. Oh, man. I'm actually gonna put the camera away because this bike path is really long and I don't want to sit here and just record the whole thing on my bike. But let me put the camera down. Alright, back, ladies and gentlemen, made it off the path. Almost there. We got 20 minutes to make it to class on time. I asked my teacher, I asked him, are we gonna meet actually today or are we gonna meet next week? Because technically our campus is technically closed. So all the offices and stuff, like, everything is closed. But we still will have a class on the weekend. Frozen, I can't even touch my phone screen or nothing. My hands are just numb. But yeah, this bike is pretty heavy to move around and stuff. So, like, if you don't mind the weight, like, if you don't mind the weight, then honestly, yeah, get the bike. But that's the reason why I'm getting something lighter, because this bike is just heavy and it's a hassle to move out of my room and stuff. And if I get a flat, I can't really, like, put this on the ground. Well, if I'm in the house, that's different, because if I'm in the house and I have a flat and I can just change it, because I have pillows and stuff, I can set it on the upside down. But it sucks to just lift it upside down, though. And then changing it is kind of a hassle too, because you got to lift the whole bike up too. So it really sucks. I've had, like, flats out in the middle of this road before, so believe me, it's not really easy to lift, changing the tire on these bikes, like on this bike in particular, quickly. But getting flats, like, it's just normal on bikes. I have tire liner in these tires, so I don't really get flats anymore. I hardly get flats. If you see my last video, I already told you guys, like, I hate tennis armor. So, like, tennis armor, I paid $200 for both wheels. Still ended up getting a flat. Something got stuck in the foam, and it was like, and then the foam was just rubbed against it rubs against your inner tube and it wears it down faster. Yeah, tire liner will do the same, will do a good job. Plus, when they advertise, I said this in the last video too, but when they advertise tennis armor, they show you that it's, like, super thick. They have a piece that's, like, cut out in half, and then they show you that it's, like, super thick, even though it's not, which is a myth. Or I don't want to say a myth, but they're lying. It's false advertising, I should say. That's the word I'm looking for. False advertising. I need to get across. Dude, get off your phone. I'm about to go. Can't wait for that light. But yeah, it's a really good bike. Like, I love this bike. I wish I got the other version that goes to pedal assist 5. instead of this version, because again, like trying to pedal this bike on a single speed chain with no Shimano shifter sucks. This bike is not meant for high speed pedaling, so if I try to like pedal up the hill, like if it's a steep hill and I try to keep pedaling up it, fastest I'm gonna go is like 10 miles per hour or less, because of like, you know, it's a heavy bike, and this single speed chain is not good on hills. That's why I would say you get a dual motor to help you. Oh man, the dip is huge. That's why I say get dual motors, because it'll be less, it's gonna take less to push you, basically what I'm saying. But again, more speed equals less range. So if you want more speed, I recommend you probably get a lighter bike. Definitely get a lighter bike, or get a dual motor. Preferably something with like at least like 30 amps, like minimum. It's really, oh, that's another thing I want to say, because I like the wiring on this bike. I like doing the wiring, because the wiring goes through the frame, and it's more like simple. It's not like a whole bunch of different wires and stuff. It's like simple wires, like, you know, which go plugs into what easily on here. So you don't have to like hassle, like if you want to get a new controller and then you got the display cable, you don't know what to hook up and stuff. But all in all, it's really easy to upgrade pretty much any bike, especially this one. You literally just get I recommend, like, if you do that, get a motor kit that comes with the display. So it'll come with the motor. Get like a 1,000-watt motor or a 2,000-watt motor, and the one and it has to come with the controller too. Like, get one that comes with the controller, because then it'll be way easier. So you don't have to worry about if you got these wires and you don't know what to hook up and stuff. You got the whole kit. Like, I could literally put a well, because you do got to get a battery. So I was about to say I could put the 72-volt kit on here, but I don't have a battery that can handle it. But these batteries are not cheap though. The batteries are expensive, like the ones from lithium ion. They're really expensive. And the cheapest one you can get is like, I think like 2,500 or 3,000, I don't know. But it's not cheap though. Like, you're spending over $2,000 for a battery, and if you want more range, you're gonna have to spend more, up to $3,000, $4,000. And that's expensive as it is. If you want lower range, like 15 amp hours or 20 amp hours, and a little bit under 2,000, but not really, because they're just expensive. But your battery is like the most expensive thing to replace, like on like any e-bike. You should see the people on Reddit. They got like bikes that, like, it's a weird bike. So I forgot what name it was, but you could change the voltage of the battery bike or whatever, or the controller or something. I don't know. So normally it'll be like it's a 48-volt bike, and in the settings you can change it to draw a 36 volts of power or 52 volts, which I don't get how the whole thing works. I don't know if that's really good, because you know, you really shouldn't put like a 48-volt system on a 48-volt battery on a 36-volt bike system. And that bike just, it lets you change the output or something. I don't know what's the issue deal with that. Oh, yo, pay attention, dude. Dude was not gonna pay attention, bro. I was like sitting there like, dude, you're coming out way too fast. But with these new e-bike laws, my bike is technically not, I can't really have this bike technically because this motor will output to 1200 watts, 1400 watts, which really sucks. But I mean, I'm not gonna drive crazy and stuff. I'm saying like the DMV, so if they're gonna, instead of preventing sellers and people from buying bikes that are over that are 750 watt or over, they should allow us to get vehicle moped registration or something for our bikes.